And welcome into the Cullman Football Review. I'm Hugh Harris, and I'm here with Coach Oscar Glasscock, who's back at Cullman after a trip around North Alabama. And, you know, I got to thinking, you've been coaching for a while, but I go all the way back to when you were swim coach back in the 90s, Oscar. So you've been working with kids a long time.
Yeah, worked with your daughter.
My daughter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Been around this community for a while. I've been away from Cullman for about 15 years. Wasn't just North Alabama, I was in Mobile area for a while, so kind of got out there and had the opportunities to work with some great coaches and some great kids, and one of the things you find is man, there's just good people everywhere, and there's always things you can learn from people, and you kind of get to go out there and see what you're made of. I mean, I felt like I could coach Cullman kids at the time, and I want to see if I could coach different types of kids. And by and large, it's just been just a super experience to have the freedom to be able to work at some great places like Hartselle and Mountain Brook and Florence, and just gain something valuable from all those jobs. And so. But it's exciting to be back here, of course, and obviously it's sort of a full circle feeling, and hopefully, bring some of the things I've learned, but blend it with the things that have made Cullman really good, and a special place, and you're not ever going to do things exactly like they do here, or exactly like they do there, but I've just been really happy. Everybody's been really open to some new ideas and my way of management, I guess.
Okay, well, Cullman's home for you, and I know you're tickled to be back at your roots, but it's tough to start building a new program and putting things together.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, jobs are open for a reason most of the time. So, yeah, I mean, certainly there's challenges here, and the biggest challenge was, the fact that these seniors have, I'm their fourth head coach, and I went through a very similar experience when I was a player here. I had 4 different head coaches in my 4 years of high school football when I played at Cullman. So we finished with about 7 seniors that had sort of stuck it out through the whole years, and we've got 11 kids that are seniors this year, and so I understand. You get used to certain things. You learn to trust somebody, and then they're gone, and then you do it again, and then they're gone, and it's not their fault, and it's just the way things worked out. And so I guess having that experience, I understand that I really want to make sure that they understood that we're not just going with the youth movement and just building for the future. I want to make sure they had a great experience, and give them every chance in the world to develop and enjoy their senior year.
Okay.
So.
Well, you go on the road and you play a Jasper that's fairly senior laden and a really stout ball club. Even though they're a classification down, you knew going in they were going to be tough, but you really played well against them.
Yeah, well, we lost the football game. I want to make sure we're not ever happy with losing a game, but I was pleased with the effort. I felt like we played really hard, especially defensively. I think we really ran to the ball. We were very physical, and like I said, a lot of the things you remember about Cullman, and those are a couple of things. The kids are going to play hard. You can coach them. They're physical kids, and I think that held true. We were giving up a lot of size up front, especially. Had some kids out for different reasons, and I didn't feel like we just got dominated physically, which I was happy about that, because we're working hard in the weight room, and with all the transition and the lack of continuity, I felt like the first thing I sort of found out when I got here in January was that we were behind. I felt like strength-wise, it's nobody's fault. It's just the transitions, just like I said, the lack of consistency. So we've done some things different with the school schedule, and sort of recommitted ourselves to more of Olympic-style weightlifting that I learned at a couple of stops. And, I felt like we're catching up. We're not there yet, but we're catching up.
Okay. Well, what I was really impressed with is just the fact that they didn't quit and they played hard the entire ball game.
Yeah, well, you know, I never remember a Cullman team quitting, you know. I mean, all these years. I mean, it doesn't mean we've always had winning season or, you know, went deep in the playoffs. But I never remember a Cullman team ever just cashing it in and not playing hard to the end. They've always done that, and you know, that's not something I've brought in. I mean, that's been established here. So, yeah, that like I said, there's so many positives about Cullman just coming in, and you know, we just have to develop some consistency, you know, especially on offense. We're trying to establish the line of scrimmage and get a lower pad level, and you know, really emphasize running the football and doing some things to, you know, have better angles and things like that. And it just takes a while. It's a lot of moving parts, a lot of moving pieces with a football team, and it just. I've said this a lot. You wish you could just sprinkle some magic dust on it, and everything's like you want it, but it doesn't happen like that. It takes a while.
Well, let's get on into the first quarter, and temperature wasn't too awful bad, but still a warm night. But I hate these black and gold teams.
Yeah.
You have to get figured out who's who.
Yeah, well, we're in the white.
Yep, we're in the white.
The gold helmets this year, so. I think this is picking up later on in the first quarter here. Yeah, and we had Josh Miranda on a big play right there. Josh, the guy's been worked really hard in the weight room. Definitely trying to develop some consistency here, and you know, we're playing a style of defense. We want to try to make people snap it. You know, 12 to 15 times have to score. You know, we're not going to take a lot of chances and get in a lot of zero coverage. And you know, I felt like, you know, we accomplished that. You know, we had very few missed tackles in the game, which I was talking with Coach Walker tonight. I mean, we both had watched the, you know, the Florida-Miami game the other night. There was, I mean, I bet there was 50 missed tackles, it seemed like, in that game. That was a play-action pass to Jake Dooland, and we're trying to take advantage. They're playing their safety really close to the line of scrimmage, and we're trying to get behind them and just almost connected. Really athletic defense. You know, they were really big up front, strong kids, well coached, and you know, they were playing some zero and overloading the box. And you know, we're still going to try to establish the line of scrimmage, but we got to be able to throw it too. But we want, you know, we're trying to really, you know, protect the football also. One of the advantages of having Jaden Sullins at punter right here, things kind of break down. He makes a play, and we end up getting a first down, and you know, the teams are going to have to respect that. Okay. So a little Sally reverse, and that's Jalen Huey right there. Who's just, I'm so proud of Jalen. He's really working hard. He's matured a whole lot. You know, he's not there yet, but you know, the strides that kid's made have just really been impressive. You see Jasper's got getting penetration there and clipping Jaden a little bit by the heels, and
you got basically a new offensive line, and they're trying to adjust.
That's right. We got to make that throw and catch right there, man. We just, you know, just so close on a lot of plays, and you know, typical, you know, some first down deals.
Yeah, over the years, we've seen that offensive line and defensive line is your key. They probably don't get the credit they deserve, but
well, they should.
They gotta be successful to make anything work.
There's no question about it. I mean, you can run all the formations and plays you want, but if you can't block them, you're not going to be very successful. You ever see, you know, had a guy get pancaked, but we got guys running the football, and that's what I like to see. I mean, it's you know, we're going to be a three-man front, play a lot of 4 and 4 eyes, try to make people bounce outside. Get caught up on that number 2 receiver a little bit too long. Man, Matt Brock had a big game. I'm really proud of Matt. He's a really fine baseball player, and man, he's a guy when the lights come on, he rises to the challenge. You know, really was happy with our tackling. You know, we've changed the style here, and it's a little bit more of a roll tackle, and leading with the shoulder and things like that. Try to cut down on concussions, and it's if you. Seahawks kind of, when Pete Carroll kind of made it popularized the rugby tackle, and so I've been teaching that for a while, and man, you know, our coaches Trent Walker and Matt Hopper and Kyle Morris have just done such a super job of embracing some of the things that I've brought in, you know, because obviously my background's defensively, and you know, I'm trying not to be a micromanager with them, because those guys, are intelligent and have great rapport with the kids and things like that. And I'm so appreciative that they've really kind of really embraced some of the changes. Okay. And I'm happy so far.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and this is the Football Review brought to you by Bill Smith, GMC in Buick. I still want to say Pontiac, but that was long past. And Target Pest Control and Citizens Bank. And we'll be back after a short commercial break.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. As a community bank, we know our customers. They're our neighbors and friends, and we know your banking needs. It's easy to use. Simply hold your phone up to the terminal at checkout. It's right there when you need it. No more searching for your card. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference. Member FDIC, third-party fees for data, messaging, and internet may apply.
Of the many forces of nature that threaten our homes, one of the most menacing strikes without warning. Sound or fury. They're termites, and they cause billions in damage homeowners insurance won't cover. Fortunately, Termidor protects before termites become a problem. Because there's no forecasting when termites will strike.
Call Target Pest Control for a free termite inspection of your home. We aim to please.
First six-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
And welcome back to the Cullman Football Review. We're brought to you by Bill Smith, GMC in Buick, also Target Pest Control, and Citizens Bank, who's a newcomer to Cullman, and we're tickled to have them on as our sponsor. But you're 0-0 after a quarter, and you're looking pretty good.
Yeah, you can tell right away the kids were, rested. They had a lot of energy. That's a real challenge especially being the head football coach, to make sure you're getting your work in, but also knowing when to back off and you can do too much and they get out there and especially in a first game that's big like this. I mean, I've seen a lot of kids over the years, they get so hyped up and warm-ups and you get that nervous energy and they're exhausted by the time you kick it off. And so I try to be we didn't warm up long. Tried to make sure they understood, hey, we got a job to do. Don't make the game bigger than it is, because it's a big game, obviously. But don't, this isn't the season.
Right.
It's game one, and go out and have fun. And there's no reason to be nervous. We're gonna love you the same, no matter what happens on Monday. And we're gonna get back to work and try to get a win the next week. So I felt really good about our energy level and our focus at the beginning of the game. So. Well,
you talk about being a big game. I'm telling you, the stands were full. One of the biggest crowds I've ever seen
right?
in Jasper for a Cullman football game. I mean, it was packed out.
It's kind of, it's funny, coaching wise. I guess maybe people wonder what is it really like, but you just. You really don't notice the crowd. You have no idea how many people are there. You have to be so, focused on the task at hand and your guys and what's going on in the game. There's no chance to kind of look around and say, man, there's a lot of people here.
There was. I was watching a lot of it with Coach Britton, and he was cheering the Bearcats on. But let's get on into the second quarter and let the Bearcats keep on playing hard. They
got a new turf field there at Jasper. It's really nice. Yeah, that was one of those. They just got a great bounce right there. You know, we tell you returner not to back up past the 10, and you know, 90% of the times that's going to go into the end zone, and that's
just didn't.
Yeah, football's a field position game, and you play the percentages there, and you know, unfortunately we got backed up, and you know, it's hard to take chances back there, and
yeah, they're loading up.
They're still loading the box and everything like that, and it's just, if you ever pop out of there, you're going to go 90 yards for a touchdown. But it's, you know, good job getting the punt off, and you know, Jaden had to really, you know, Tanner Heatherly's been sort of our regular punter, and Jaden stepped in and did a really, really nice job punting the football, and it's tough when you're running back. You know, they got a young quarterback. And trying to, they didn't throw the ball downfield as much. You know, obviously they got you backed up. They've had a hard time moving the football, and did a little double pass type deal there and executed it really well. And you know, we had a corner over there. His first time starting, and
yeah, it's
we'll
much
learn
easier
from
to
that.
see it from the
Absolutely.
stands than it is
you
from
know,
down
we're
on the
emphasizing
field.
running to the football, and that, to me, it's almost like a compliment when they have to go to some trick plays to score. So, you know. Anyway, you can see right there, you know, Max does a pretty good job of reading. He's got it, and you can see how fast the Jasper defense is, you know. Big, strong guys. We got to trust her. We got to trust hitting that hole right there. I mean, we got to hit it a little bit harder from the running back position. I mean, good job making a guy miss right there and
picking up
getting
your
first down. You know, we've got some very capable receivers. I mean, there's no question about it. We got a little bit of penetration. We got to cut that off. You know, it's something we've addressed this week, and like I said, working on our pad level and our angles. You know, we end up having to, you know, throw it a little bit more than we'd like to.
Yeah, you got to have that consistency with that offensive line, because one bad play just messes everything up.
Great job filling the ball right there. You know, Jake Doolin's been handling our snapping duties and doing a super job. He hadn't been doing it long. And again, quick passing game. You know, broke out there a little bit, but you can see the effort. The guys running the football. You know, just about the whole defense is in the screen there. And that's what we preach, you know, hey man, you got to make them snap it again. And you know, if they have to snap it 12, 15 times, just like there, they got a penalty.
Right.
And, you know, now it's they got 15 yards to go instead of 10. That gives us a chance now. So, you know, if you're running the ball and you can get them on the ground, you know, now they've got a chance to make a mistake, and we got a chance to make a play. You know, again, quick passing games, we're running the football. You see everybody getting there, and that's just the way we have to be here to be successful.
That's the way you want to say is people around the ball.
That's right, you know. So again, you know, because we got them on the ground, that allows us to make some big plays defensively. And again, just breaking on the ball, guys running there, being physical. You stop them short on fourth down, that's a huge play in the football game. You need to stay inside right there instead of continuing to bounce it outside. You know, and that's, look, there's a lot of things, so many things different about this offense. That's the thing, you know, you got to get in there and play a game, you know, see it on film. You know, great pass and catch right there, Isaiah Jones. You know, Jasper's playing one-on-one coverage, and you know, we had a matchup advantage there, and we got to keep taking advantage of it. Yeah. And until
Isaiah left them in the
no doubt. You know, Isaiah's a track guy and can really go. And you know, unfortunately, right there we had some issues on the snap, but you know, we also got hit there, and it's kind of like you can't hit the snapper, and the officials kind of missed it. First game for them, just like it was us, and by and large, it's a pretty good crew. But you know, when people get in a defense like Jasper is running, I mean, you have to be able to throw the one-on-one routes, and we're capable of doing it. When we got to get a safety over the top of guys like that, and then that takes one less out of the run game.
Right. Really good play there.
Yeah,
caught him in the backfield.
There's no question about it. You know, great recovery on the route right there, and you know, just defensively really settling in and getting a beat on what they're trying to do. and just playing with great effort.
And I know you've worked with Coach Hopper for a number of years.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, he was coaching the linebackers when I was here before, and you know, took over, coordinating the defense a few years later, and just, you know, man, the guy knows what he's doing, and the kids love him, and man, you know, he's got that fire to keep coaching, and it's been fun getting to work with Matt again for sure.
He's a Bearcat at heart. So.
Yeah, he is. Whole family.
Yeah, he'd still love to be
really
out
are
there hitting.
Trying to hit the screen here. You can see the kind of speed they got. Kind of splits us a little bit. Got guys running the ball, but once again, we get them on the ground. It doesn't turn into an explosive touchdown, and that's what we preach a lot. You know, is not giving up those explosive touchdowns. You know, get them on the ground and, you know, live to see another play.
That's one thing constant about Cullman football. You talk about history. We just never had the real explosive speed.
Yeah, you know, it's not bad here though. You know, I have to say it's you know, you can get faster, and we've got a running program, and we work hard on running for them, and you know, we're starting to, you know, intervene in the younger grades now, and you know, I've found that effort will overtake speed. You know,
yeah, that's right.
You know, you get speed and effort, and that's a tough combination. Great play here in the end zone. I believe that's Noah Busman. And we held them to a field goal attempt, and they don't connect it, and you know, here we are, still a one-score game.
I guess you're feeling pretty good after the second quarter there.
Well, yeah, you know, I know we're playing with effort, and like I said, we're still trying to establish the line of scrimmage, and we got to come off the ball and a little bit better, and you know, we got to see where the holes are, and sometimes we just got to run hard and trust those linemen to make those blocks, and you know, we got to be able to get the ball to our receivers when they got one-on-one coverage. So, you know, offensively, it's like I said, it's just going to take a little while. It's such a different style, and you know, we've got to find that personality on offense, and man, you know, we're working, and it's going to come, and but yeah, you know, we're happy. Hostile environment against a fantastic team, and you know, Brian Moore's just an excellent coach at Jasper. Got to know him this summer working in that North-South All-Star game, and he's just a super guy and does a great job. And we knew they'd be really good. We knew that, and so, you know, to be in the game, that's where we want to be. You want to be in the game at halftime, and then, you know, you got another 2 quarters to play, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, we're going to take a commercial break and be back with the band. But this is the Cullman Football Review, brought to you by Bill Smith, GMC Buick, also Citizens Bank and Target Pest Control, and we'll be back after the halftime.
At Citizens Bank and Trust, your security is our top priority. Online statements eliminate the risk of your financial information getting lost in the mail. The statement can be viewed online at home or on the go, and you'll receive your statements faster each month. Plus, signing up is easy. At Citizens Bank and Trust, your security is our priority. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference. Member FDIC. Third-party fees for internet messaging and data may apply.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
Of the many forces of nature that threaten our homes, one of the most menacing strikes without warning. Sound or fury. They're termites, and they cause billions in damage homeowners insurance won't cover. Fortunately, Termador protects before termites become a problem. Because there's no forecasting when termites will strike.
Call Target Pest Control for a free termite inspection of your home. We aim to please.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Cullman High School Bearcat Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cullman High School Marching Band.
generation GMC Sierra.
Of the many forces of nature that threaten our homes, one of the most menacing strikes without warning. Sound or fury. They're termites, and they cause billions in damage homeowners insurance won't cover. Fortunately, Termador protects before termites become a problem. Because there's no forecasting when termites will strike.
Call Target Pest Control for a free termite inspection of your home. We aim to please.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. As a community bank, we know our customers. They're our neighbors and friends, and we know your banking needs. It's easy to use. Simply hold your phone up to the terminal at checkout. It's right there when you need it. No more searching for your cards. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference. Member FDIC, third-party fees for data, messaging, and internet may apply.
And welcome back into the Cullman Football Review. I'm here with Coach Glasscock, and we're looking back at Cullman's loss last Thursday night to Walker, or Jasper as they're now known, but you're in pretty good shape at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're in the game, and, you know, kids are playing hard, and, you know, we got inside, and you know, you talk to the kids, and you know, you try to, you know, halftime adjustments may be the most overrated coaching cliche. You know, everybody says, boy, you made tremendous halftime adjustment. Let me tell you what halftime adjustment most of the time is like, hey, do what we've been coaching you to do all week. You know, we told you this was the way it was going to be. But that's always kind of funny, you know, when people have brought that up in the past. I mean, really, we try to hydrate them. You know, we feed them bananas, try to get some fruit, something in their system. You know, everybody knows so much more about nutrition and things like that, and it's really, you got to kind of gather yourself. You know, we do talk to them, and obviously hey, they're hurting us with this, and you know, this is the way we got to play it. But normally, it's something that we've already gone over, and we just have to reinforce what we've already taught them. You know, so.
And that's one thing about Cullman kids. You got a smart group of kids.
Oh yeah.
They know what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, they're tired. I mean, they've been playing and playing hard, and you got to get them refreshed and regrouped and rehydrated and all that, and just remind them of, hey, you know, we got to do this and this and this, and you know, our big theme this year is do your job. You know, focus on, you know, one play at a time, playing as hard as you can, doing it as technically perfect as you can, and then you line up and you do it again. And you're don't be worried about the scoreboard, the situation in the game, the size of the crowd. You focus on what you have to do, period. And then you line up and do it again. And we do that in the weight room, and we do it at practice, and everything in our program. It emphasizes that, you know, you doing your job, and you know, let everybody else worry about everything else.
That's right.
You know.
Well, let's get on into the third quarter and see if Cullman can get the ball moving.
Really pleased with our kickoffs. You know, we've got new kickers, and you know, Brody Adams helped in that area, and man, you know, for a first game, you know, Brody might not be able to tell you that there's 11 guys on defense and offense, but he got in there and just kicked the ball like he'd been doing it his whole life. So I'm really proud of him. They really came out after halftime. You know, that's probably the one lull we had in the game, especially defensively. They really kind of knocked us off the ball, and you know, you know, coming out, you know, they were taking it to us. I mean, you can see them pushing our line of scrimmage back. We're playing at too high pad level. We got to get low. We got to move, for one thing. And you know, this was probably the one area where, you know, I felt like we were just, they had us a little bit, had us on our heels, and so, you know, really to fight back from that and settle back in is a tribute to our kids and their resiliency, you know, because it's not always going to go your way. But you got to bring it every play, you know. See the guys settling in a little bit more here as they got close to the red zone, and that's what you want. You want kids they play even harder when they get down there.
They're-
Really tough running back. I mean, physical and you know, man, we're like I said, another year in the weight room. We should be getting there. As far as being able to bring a guy like that down one-on-one, but you know,
It's just
football's a
tough.
game of momentum, and they certainly seized the momentum coming out after halftime, and put together an impressive drive. So, you know, now it's our challenge on offense. We got to do the same thing. You know, we got to come out. We got to knock them back. You know, we got to establish the line of scrimmage. You know, they were hitting the hole a little bit better, and you know, they do a super job of running the football. But you got to have all phases. You know, again, that's a matchup we liked. You know, if they're going to play one-on-one out there and be in that man type coverage, soft man, you know, we've got to be able to throw it. You know, that's just the way the game is.
Guy broke through and broke up that play. It
Yeah,
looked like it was
you know,
going to be a big gainer.
And again, you know, we're going to take those passes. They're going to give it to us. We're going to throw it. And, you know, we got to be patient enough to keep throwing the ball in those situations. You know, but we've got to establish the line of scrimmage, like I've been preaching this week, and we got to, you know, we're not all of a sudden just going to throw it every down. We've got to establish our running game. You know, and we're going to do that. I mean, we're going to continue to work and work and work, and it's going to get there.
One of the few penalties Cullman had.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, you know, to not have, you know, it's kind of an ill-advised pass, and you know, it's you don't throw back against your body. You know, we got to throw the ball away or eat it right there, and you know, Max is going to do that. I mean, we preach protecting the football, and that's. We're really proud of our defense here, man. We came back after that drive where they kind of, like I said, knocked us off the ball a little bit. You know, we got after it and got some penetration of our own right there and making plays. You know, we want those defensive linemen to make as many tackles as anybody else. You know, and we're not just trying to occupy. We want those guys to get back there and get tackles. And great job on the reverse. I mean, great job being patient in there. We kind of forced it with some penetration, and you know, now they're backed up.
yeah, you don't want to get through the game and your linebackers making all your tackles.
No, I want everybody in on the action. That's just the way I've always coached it. We'll never be just occupy. We want everybody to get in on the fun. And when you're a one-gap defense, you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. So anyway, super stop by the defense, and you know, we got the ball here, got a penalty too, and you know, got a little crease right there, and we just got to keep hammering that. You know, run the buck sweep, and we got to have confidence in it. And, you know, we're trying to hang our hat on that being our signature play. You know, good run by the quarterback. We need to keep working upfield right there. You know, we had a good game. Keep working north and south. And those are little things you learn from playing a game, and kind of didn't connect there. But like I said, we got one-on-one coverage. We got to be able to be like a handoff. You know, we're going to try to throw a 50-50 ball to Isaiah, and you know, we like our chances with him against anybody. You know, it's a good area of the field. Take a chance right there. You know, defense playing well. It's not a huge gamble. And as you can see, we're taking it to them right there. Getting a lot of penetration out of the D-line, and quarterback, you know, makes a nice read, gets the ball. You know, he's a young guy. He's a big dude. He's got a lot of talent, and you know, I know he's just going to keep getting better and better as the season rolls on. I think they were trying to protect him a little bit as far as not putting him in situations where he was he'd turn the ball over and things like that. Don't need to dive on the ground right there. We got to make sure we keep running until we make contact with the carrier, whether we're doing a roll tackle or not. And getting a little twin set, and you know, they were really forcing the inside zone and the power. And anytime that type play right there bounces outside, you're doing a pretty good job. So.
Well, Cullman's still in a good position, even though they've given up a touchdown here in the third quarter. But we're going to take a commercial break and be back with the fourth quarter. But this is the Cullman Football Review, brought to you by Citizens Bank, Target Pest Control, and Bill Smith, GMC Buick. And we'll be back after a commercial break.
Of the many forces of nature that threaten our homes, one of the most menacing strikes without warning. Sound or fury. They're termites, and they cause billions in damage homeowners insurance won't cover. Fortunately, Termidor protects before termites become a problem. Because there's no forecasting when termites will strike.
Call Target Pest Control for a free termite inspection of your home. We aim to please.
First six-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
At Citizens Bank and Trust, your security is our top priority. Online statements eliminate the risk of your financial information getting lost in the mail. The statement can be viewed online at home or on the go, and you'll receive your statements faster each month. Plus, signing up is easy. At Citizens Bank and Trust, your security is our priority. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference. Member FDIC. Third-party fees for internet messaging and data may apply.
And welcome back to the Cullman Football Review. I'm Hugh Harris, and I'm here with Coach Oscar Glasscock. And we're going to look at the fourth quarter of Jasper and Cullman last Thursday night. And Cullman had a big group to turn out, and I know you're always glad to see home folks showing up on the road.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of excitement around the season this year, and man, that's what Cullman does. They travel well, they support the kids, and don't expect anything less.
Okay, well, let's get on into the fourth quarter and see if Cullman can get this turned around.
So we're in the red zone here. Now get penetration out of our defensive line and linebackers right here. And, you know, it's one of those deals, man. On film, it looked like he dropped the ball, and, you know, referees have to make a call. They didn't use, instant replays available. If you choose to use it, I certainly would have thrown the red flag on that one. And that was a 3rd and long. And, I can make the difference in a football game.
And
you get some of those, you don't get some of them. You know, it's this way. That's just football.
You just expect that on the road.
That's right. Oh man, good deal. Trying to run the waggle. They did a good job picking up the fullback in these things. We're, trying to hit the. That should be almost like a handoff. We did a good job. Right. Jalen's he's a really good receiver and runs his routes hard. And here we go. I mean, that's what this guy can do. And again, if you play your safety down that close, and I don't know about that. I mean, he looked like he was in, but hey,
when
that's
you
a
hit
great
the
play
power.
right there, man. Quarterback sneak is, one of my favorite plays. And it's we're going to be running that a lot in short yard situations. So we'll roll out and don't quite get the corner there and try to make a play. You just throw the ball up on on the 2-point conversion. So unfortunately, like I said, we had to miss the opportunity on the extra point, and you got to sort of chase points at that point in the game. And great job. I mean, again, tremendous sky kick there, and got a crease in there, and we're playing 4 eyes. We put our ends in B gap primarily, and we're a 1-gap defense, and got to make sure we maintain our gaps right there. Good hard running. They got a couple of backs that can really, they can take in and out, and they're sort of interchangeable, and they usually got fresh legs going, and that guy's running hard, and we're playing hard. We know we've got a chance, and man, what a huge turnover that was. I mean, and it's just that can change the game. So again, a little play action pass. Again, trying to get behind the safety.
That was.
You know, we're going to take our shots there and try to make them pay for good tackle on their part. No question. They got a new defensive coordinator over there that they had coached there before, but need to get rid of the ball there. Again, trying to make a play. I mean, they just, you know, that's easy call to make right there.
Right.
So. You know, those are positive yards there. You know, we're going to keep grinding, keep running the football, even though we get in different spread sets and things like that. Dang hard run by Jalen. I mean, he's keeping his leg drive. He's a big, strong kid. He plays hard and just getting better and better. Again, we got to take care of that penetration. You know, you can't run football plays if we got a D lineman in the backfield like that. But
and that's where that offensive line will grow and get better.
No doubt. Look, man, I went out and hired the best offensive line coach I could in Heath Saint, and it's a work in progress. You know, tremendous play by, you know, Jaden Sullins. He thought he had the ball, got tackled, he got up, made the catch, and dove for the first down. And that shows you the kind of athleticism he's got and want to. And I tell you, Jalen's gonna. I mean, Jaden, he's gonna have a breakout game soon here. You know, and he's got a lot of ability, and it means a lot to him. And
he plays hard.
He does. And brought Jamar Kay in to run the ball, and you can see he's got the fresh legs. And man, Jamar's a sophomore who's working tremendously hard in the weight room. He's put on a lot of weight, and you know, be able to bring him in those situations, and like I said, he's got that burst of energy. And, man, he sees those cuts and explodes through the hole, and he's got a bright future at Cullman.
And Cullman's got within striking distance
Yeah,
here.
great job covering the kick. I mean, you know, we're sprinting downfield, and that's what you got to have. And, again, you know, to pin him inside the 30 on sky kick, I mean, that's a great thing. It's a very safe call. You know, we've got some momentum here. Kids are excited, and you know, we got to try to make a stop, get that ball back. You know, and that's
good defense.
Yeah,
there.
Good defense, and they stopped the clock by throwing it there and incompletion. Man, what a big hit by Alex Shepard. I mean, you don't really see it there, but he laid out in full triple extension and caught that quarterback right under the chin. And man, what a huge third down. That pressure made the play as much as anything. So we're real excited about Alex. He's recently moved over to defense, and he brings he's like a Tasmanian devil over there. we got to learn completely what to do and get some experience in there. But
you always like that energy on the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, you're gonna play hard, man. We're gonna find a place for you.
Yeah.
Well, throwing catch there. I mean, like I said, we've got the ability to throw the football. Once we get our run game going and combine it with getting the ball to some of these talented receivers we have, like Jake Doolin and Isaiah and Gabe Sosa. And
Max will just continue to improve and get more comfortable.
No question.
We got the penetration, we got the penalty too. So
again.
But you got to like their effort here in the fourth quarter.
No
Still
question.
Working hard.
We're in a situation where we have to throw the ball, and we're limited on our timeouts and situation in the game, and it's just we want to keep it close and be able to still run the ball, run our offense, and not just have to throw it every down. Because that, no matter who you are, that makes it easy on the defense. Fourth down type deal. We gotta try to make a play and call a halfback pass, and just been so keyed on Jaden for good reason. And
he just understood
they
the ball
made defensive play.
Yeah.
And so we're in a situation right here where we really can't can't stop the clock, and you know they just need to run a little bit of it to where they can take the kneel down. We got to get there. It's kind of what they say, sort of academic at this point, and they're in their victory formation. So. A lot of sportsmanship. Like I said, Coach Moore does a super job there, and I got a lot of respect for him as a person and as a coach. And like I said, I got to know him working in the North-South All-Star game this summer, and you know, there's a reason I'd be surprised if they lose a regular season game, and they're going to go deep in the playoffs if they have luck with injuries and things of that nature. And they're a contender in 5A.
Well, Coach, you hit back on the road this week, and it's going to put you back in Cullman 2 weeks from this week.
Yeah, be on the road again. Going down and playing a really, really good, Mortimer Jordan team. You know, it's out of the frying pan into the fire, as people like to say. I mean, you got a Mortimer Jordan team that went to the semifinals last year. They were in the finals a couple of years ago. They're a top 10 team. They have arguably the top dual threat quarterback in the state. You know, he's I think he's committed to Air Force. Been offered by all the academies, and he's a super kid. He can make all the throws, and man, he can burn you with his legs. And I mean, people, they want to come out and see a fantastic quarterback. That's him. So we're going. It's a great challenge. There is equally a fine team. It's just a different type of team. You know, they're gonna get 4 receivers and 5 receivers and let Cortland, their quarterback, kind of create. They throw a lot of screens. They do a lot of the RPO game. You know, they'll be pulling linemen one way and throwing it backside. And you know, the coaching staff, their offensive coaching staff, has all come over from Clay Chalkville, and you know, where they've had an unbelievable amount of success in recent years. And, of course, Dusty Good's a future Hall of Famer. I mean, that guy's just, I mean, his winning percentage is just out of sight. And so they've got a fine program. They put down a new turf field. I know they're going to be excited. Sure. But, you know, it's like last week, you know. I mean, we're going to be focused on doing our job and just getting better each week. That's what we, you know, we're not worried about all that. And we're worried about us and focused on us. And we're going to, like we do in the weight room, it's one rep at a time, as explosive as we can do it, and we're going to line up and try to play that way. And we're going to try to be as explosive as we can and as technically perfect as we can for one play, and then we're going to line up and we're going to do it again. And you know, that's, you know, if we just keep grinding, keep plugging, you know, we're going to get better, and I expect us to be better this week.
Okay. Well, you got another Thursday night game, and.
No, not this week. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yeah,
night?
we got another Thursday against Columbia in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And, I'm not a big fan of those Thursday night games. I'll be honest with you. It sort of accelerates your preparation time, and you know, sometimes you just feel like you don't have enough time during the week. I like that regular week. I like that Friday night game, and kind of settle in. I like the kids to get settled into a certain routine,
right.
And so it's good to have that extra day of preparation this week.
Well, I know it's not good to be on the road, but you know, historically we've had a good turnout at the Mortimer Jordan, and always been in the ball game down there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's surprising. I think, you know, Mortimer Jordan was a smaller team until they closed Warrior High School, and then they've been in 6A for a while, and then they've been 5A. The last couple of years, and you know, they'll probably be back in 6A again. Yeah. And so, to me, it seems like kind of a natural rivalry now.
Right.
Whereas before, they were a smaller school, and you know, I think they had a pretty good rivalry with West Point, and some of those. I know they had some wars back when I think it was Peter Tom Willis was a quarterback down there that started at Florida State, and you know, that's a football school.
Oh,
I mean, they really that's the deal there, and. So it's a neat environment there, and it's a really strong community that supports their team, just like we do here. And I think this is a game that Dusty and I are good friends, and we hope it continues.
Okay.
Through the years. If we don't end up in the same region next time, I think we'll certainly try to keep this game. But man, it's going to take everything we got, to have a chance in this game. And like I said, we've got to play as hard as we did last week, and really play harder. And what we did last week's not good enough this week. We got to play better to win this game. And it's like I said, it's a different kind of challenge, but challenge nonetheless. And
well, I know you'll have them ready, and we'd certainly encourage everybody to get on I-65 and go down to Kimberly and go to Mortimer Jordan and support these Bearcats as they're growing and learning every week, and just give them all the support they can get and keep them moving upward.
That's right, and leave early. It's a challenge a little bit if you haven't been to that school before. It's not just right off the interstate. There's a couple of tricky turns there, so I'd say leave early, kind of check out your route, and it's a beautiful stadium, beautiful setting there. It's just it's off the beaten path a little bit.
But you're right. It's a little bit tougher to get there.
I remember Coach Bates when I was working for him years ago. He said, I forgot who he was talking about, but he said, it's not the end of the earth, but you can make a local call from there. That's what it seems like. But it's a great community and a great school, and it's going to take everything we got to have a chance to win Friday.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to being back with you next Tuesday night as we come back with Cullman Football Review, and we'll look back at Cullman and Mortimer Jordan, and we'll see you next week.